All right, hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. Let's take a step back here and we're going to take a look at the monthly chart and the weekly chart of a couple of key indexes. The main thing I want to point out is on the Qs on the monthly chart, you can see we had a big, huge monthly squeeze here that fired off towards in about Q3 2020, and it's still valid. We're still pushing higher, and we're basically batting back and forth between 3 ATR and 2 ATR away from the mean. What I would expect to happen is once this squeeze is over, and that's indicated by a loss of two lower bars in a row, you start the process of reverting back to the mean. Okay, so on the Qs, that's 270 bucks. I don't think, this hasn't happened yet, right? So I do think though that we gotta expect that in Q3. We get another month or two of strength, maybe just another month, frankly. We start to lose momentum and we start this process. If your experience in the markets is buying the dip, all right, you've been pretty much on the right side of the market for most of the last 12 years, I do think that we can set up for a multi-month pullback. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but you don't want to just buy the dip during that process. I think we're going to see that start to unfold end of June, early July, Q3. And you just want to be prepared for it. That's the main thing. Always be prepared. From there, as always, there's always things happening. Playboy announced that they're going to start hopping into the NFT market, and so this is a stock that's gone from 10 to 60, which is pretty crazy. So there's always going to be kind of what I call these kind of opportunities as well. And what you want to be careful of is that just because you had fun with one stock that ran up doesn't mean they're going to do that forever. And I think the biggest case in point here, there's many cases in point, but Peloton's a good example of this. We had a lot of fun catching this run up in 2020. But the stock at this point, this kind of a pattern, this is a weekly chart, mind you. On a daily chart, it's even worse. This kind of pattern shows that mostly fund managers, because if you don't have fund participation, the stock ain't going anywhere. They've moved on to different pastures. Okay, so where are they putting their money? Well, I mean, it's not the sexiest stuff in the world, but if you look at things like materials, this is a sector that made new highs today in an environment where the market was kind of sloppy. Okay, this is all about where is the money going, and the money is going into areas that could handle inflation, where they could pass the costs along to their clients. And if their clients are business customers, that's a lot easier. So it's going to be harder for Peloton to pass on any costs, whether it's in the bike or anything like that along, but also for Peloton, it's going to be hard to keep that momentum going, which is what investors pay for. All right. Hope it helps. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me